Did you know that the sinking of the Titanic in 1912 may have been predicted years before it happened? It is astonishing that some literary works from decades earlier described events eerily similar to this tragedy. In 1886, writer W.T. Stead published a novel titled The Sinking of a Modern Liner, which tells the story of a luxurious ship traveling from England to New York that sinks in the middle of the ocean. What is truly remarkable is how closely this scenario resembles the real-life sinking of the Titanic nearly 30 years later. Even more chilling is the fact that W.T. Stead himself was aboard the Titanic in 1912 and did not survive the disaster, as if he had unknowingly predicted his own fate. In another striking coincidence, in 1898, 14 years before the Titanic tragedy, author Morgan Robertson published a book titled The Wreck of the Titan. The ship in his story was named Titan, an eerie similarity to the Titanic. Not only that, but the fictional ship in Robertson's book had nearly the same dimensions as the real Titanic, and also sank after hitting an iceberg. The unsettling parallels between these books and the Titanic disaster have led many to wonder whether they were mere coincidences or if there was something more mysterious behind them. Regardless of the answer, the Titanic remains one of history's greatest maritime tragedies, serving as a stark reminder of humanity's vulnerability against nature. The animal world hides countless terrifying secrets, with some creatures capable of killing in an instant and others employing brutal survival tactics. Among them is the golden poison dart frog, a tiny but deadly assassin whose venom is so potent that merely touching it can be fatal. Its toxins are powerful enough to kill dozens of adult humans, making it one of the most poisonous creatures on the planet. Equally fearsome is the Cape buffalo, often called the Black Death, known for its aggressive nature and immense strength. When it spots a target, an entire herd will surround and charge at speeds of up to 96 kilometers per hour, using their razor-sharp horns to finish off their prey. Then there is the horned lizard, which possesses a bizarre yet effective defense mechanism. When faced with danger, it can shoot blood from its eyes to startle predators, buying time for an escape. But perhaps even more shocking is the meerkat, an animal often perceived as adorable, yet harboring a dark and ruthless nature. In meerkat society, the dominant female will kill the offspring of other females to ensure that only her own young survive, securing her control over the group. Lastly, lurking beneath the ocean's surface is the deadly box jellyfish, a nearly invisible killer found in Australian waters. Its venom is so lethal that even a single touch can cause excruciating pain, cardiac arrest, and death within minutes. Despite its ghostly transparency, this creature remains one of the most dangerous in the marine world. Nature, with all its wonders, is also home to some of the most terrifying and ruthless creatures ever known. Strange shark species by ocean depth. The vast ocean hides countless mysteries, especially the bizarre shark species that inhabit the deep sea. At a depth of 500 meters, the swell shark possesses a unique defense mechanism. When threatened, it inflates its body by sucking in water, making itself look larger and harder to swallow. This ability helps it survive in an ocean full of dangerous predators. Descending to 1,200 meters, we encounter the frilled shark, one of the rare ancient shark species that has remained largely unchanged for over 80 million years. With its sharp teeth and long, eel-like body, it resembles a prehistoric creature rather than a modern-day shark. Going deeper to 2,000 meters, we find the blunt-nosed six-gill shark, a large species growing over 6 meters in length. Though not particularly unusual in appearance or behavior, it is interesting because it typically inhabits deep waters, but sometimes ventures into shallower areas at night. At 2,200 meters, the Greenland shark emerges as one of the longest living shark species, with a lifespan ranging from 250 to 500 years. It moves slowly and thrives in the cold waters of the North Atlantic, but despite its sluggish movement, it remains a formidable predator capable of hunting seals. Finally, at 4,000 meters, we come across the cookie-cutter shark, a small but terrifying species. Although only a few dozen centimeters long, it has a unique hunting technique, biting a circular chunk of flesh from its prey, similar to cutting a cookie. This shark frequently attacks whales, dolphins, and even submarines. Each of these deep-sea sharks possesses unique traits that make the ocean a world full of mysteries and wonders, where survival depends on strange adaptations and ancient instincts.